This is a Headgum
Fan Supercut.
Welcome to another edition of the Headgum Podcast. With me, as always, Jake Hurwitz, Marika Brownlee, Zach Dunn.
I'm not always here. All right.
Hey.
And especially Zach's not always here.
I don't want to derail it immediately, but I do think I'm now in the two-timers club of being on this podcast.
You are. You came in hot, to be honest.
I wasn't sure. I'm not.
That's true. That's true.
See? It's a bomb.
There's I don't believe anybody else has ever been on this show twice in terms of people
Sorry,
who aren't.
folks. well, and when they get in the two-timers club, they have to come through me, and it'll be like SNL,
Right.
and I come out and I give them a little sport coat and send them on their merry way. So excited to be the first member of the two-timers club, and again, sorry to come in so hot, and then but now everyone knows who's listening.
Yeah. So are you saying you're the Tom Hanks of the Headgum Podcast?
I mean, thank you for saying that.
I didn't say it.
I'm the nicest guy in
We're
Headgum
asking
Podcast.
if you said it.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm the second to say it after Jeffrey, but I'm just repeating it.
Let's start
today.
Oh.
Jake, Marika, we're all such close friends, like people often have in their lives that people can kind of like see themselves in. How have you guys been?
How have we been?
How have you been this week? Let's say.
I've been good. Yeah.
My week has been fine. I got an MRI yesterday. That was
Oh my
crazy.
God, I got an MRI yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
For your back?
Yes, I did. For my hips, but yeah, I mean, we were in the same exact position in the MRI thing. I'd
love
imagine.
that. That's crazy.
Did you get it at NYU?
No, I went to a place that's by me.
You know, I have a lot of experiences with medical imaging as well. You know, I've gotten x-rays. You know how they put that heavy thing on you, the lead thing, so you don't get hit with the x-rays? I mean, sometimes I wish I had that as a blanket.
Are you only talking about like x-rays in your mouth? That's like
x-rays in your mouth.
I mean, it's phenomenal that Marika and I both got a pretty rare medical exam yesterday. We both had an MRI.
It's crazy.
Did you guys hear me?
We don't even know what Marika got her. Did you get one done on your back?
Yeah.
Are you guys
lower
hearing
back?
me?
Low back.
Yeah.
Wild.
Lumbar spine.
Jeffrey, I think I'm stuck in
messed up.
the commentary zone, and they can't actually hear me in the quote-unquote podcast.
We're trying to power through.
Oh, okay.
What time did you have your MRI?
It was very early. My appointment was at 7:30 a.m.
Oh wow. Yeah, mine was. I was really hoping we were twins
I hate
at the
waking
time.
up early. And, you know, I'm like everybody else. I'm relatable, and I sincerely hate when the alarm clock goes off, you know? And
Yeah.
and
what else do you hate about the morning? It feels almost like you're an alien that studied human behavior.
Welcome to Merit or Carrot. I actually have to be right back because I forgot a prop.
Oh my God.
what? I'm not doing this. There's no stop here. This is all happening in the podcast.
He's left the closet.
This is so funny because he just actually forgot the prop.
He really forgot it.
Art imitates life. It really does.
I mean, I couldn't quite hear what he's saying.
No,
but I
I heard
assume
Karen.
Yeah. Oh, I heard carrot. So
And he's either going to come back with a carrot or a blonde wig. So we're going to have to wait and see.
opening Tupperware.
So it's carrots.
Welcome to Merit or Carrot, Rand Paul edition.
There it is.
So, this yesterday, actually, March 18th, Rand Paul challenged Dr. Anthony Fauci on a couple of key points. And frankly, some of them had merit, maybe. So I'm going to play a couple of clips of Rand Paul challenging Dr. Flip Flop. And you guys tell me whether or not that question/challenge has merit. And I'm so confident that it does, that if you guys deem it doesn't, I'll eat a fucking carrot
That's
What do you
not-
think Fauci's flip-flopping on?
He said it was going to be 2 weeks. He says 2 weeks quarantine to flatten the curve.
Right.
The curve didn't flatten. The curve got worse.
But he's not like changing his mind about things. Like, it's not like he was like, COVID's good.
Really?
Oh, wait, it's bad. I
I think it's like, we're learning new things about it every day, and
Right.
we have to adapt to what we learn.
Like all that aside, the stakes for this are if you're wrong or we disagree, you'll eat a baby carrot.
It's a carrot stick, a little bit bigger than a baby carrot, but yeah.
I mean, if it had been a full-sized carrot, I'd be interested. And
Yeah,
I think
That was the plan. We only had one carrot, so I had to chop it.
Is that what you were doing?
So if you're wrong, if we think you're wrong, you get to eat a snack on mic.
which is
I
like
hate
bad
carrots.
for podcasting. People don't.
Given that no scientific studies have shown significant numbers of reinfections of patients previously infected or previously vaccinated, what specific studies do you cite to argue that the public should be wearing masks well into 2022?
I think that's a question worth asking. Merit or carrot?
Carrot.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't
All
think,
he
I don't
asked-
think
all
it's
right.
it's an inane question. Okay. Do we have
He's
to
chewing.
watch you have the whole carrot?
Yeah.
It should have been baby carrots.
It's kind of hard to chew. These are supposed to be good for your eyes. What do you guys? How do you guys have 2020?
I'm wearing glasses, so no.
I got LASIK, so yes.
All right, second one. Here we go.
And if we're not spreading the infection, isn't it just theater?
No, it's
Had
not.
the vaccine and you're wearing 2 masks. Isn't that theater?
No, that's not. Here we go again with the theater.
I think it's really, really stupid how Rand Paul says theater instead of theater. He says
Had the
theater.
vaccine and you're wearing 2 masks. Isn't that theater?
Yeah.
That's theater with an ER,
Yeah.
not an RE.
And there's no such thing as theater. There's just theater.
Marika, you're a Broadway nut. What's the correct way? R-E-E-R?
Theater with an ER is the building. So, like, I'm going to a movie theater. RE is like the art of theater.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit!
We
Went to
now
the study
have variants that are
shows
circulating.
Significant reinfection. What study shows significant reinfection, hospitalization, and death after either natural infection or the vaccine? It doesn't exist.
Merit or carrot?
Eat a carrot.
Carrot.
Skip the rest of fucking Rand Paul.
Just
and eat the bag
all
of
of your
carrots.
All
carrots.
right, let's just hear what Fauci has to say.
1-7 that's
Conjecture.
becoming
You're
more
making your
dominant.
policy based on conjecture.
No,
you
it-
have the
it isn't
conjecture that
based
we're
on
going to get
conjecture.
variants, so you want people to wear a mask for another couple years.
No.
You've been vaccinated and you parade around in 2 masks for show.
Parade.
No.
You can't
It's
get it again.
theater.
There's virtually 0% chance you're going to get it, and yet you're telling people that have had the vaccine, who have immunity. You're defying everything we know about immunity by telling people to wear a mask who've been vaccinated. Instead, you should be saying there is no science to say we're going to have
This
a
is
problem.
too long.
Stop.
This is too long.
Is this C-SPAN? Like, what's happening?
It's Fox
This
News.
isn't-
It's putting us in a fucking bad mood listening to that guy.
What am I supposed to do? I'm chewing a fucking carrot. I can talk, but they don't want to hear any food in my mouth. I'm sad still.
It's also
from
it's
Wednesday.
insane that you haven't finished that carrot yet.
Stop. Stop. Can you hear me? It's like, stop.
I know why carrots are healthy for you. It's because you have to chew it so long your jaw gets strong.
So now you're just eating carrots for fun?
Bugs Bunny style?
Have you guys ever played the game Jesse or Nah?
No, Jeffrey.
Well, this is Jesse or Paul McCartney edition.
Oh, what? Jesse Paul or Paul McCartney?
what's
Yeah.
Jesse or not?
That's a good place to start. Jesse or nah is where a sentence is said and you say whether it can be attributed to Jesse McCartney or nah.
Okay.
This one is
Who's Jesse McCarthy? Who?
Beautiful Soul.
beautiful
The singer.
soul, yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
Weird octave.
This is Jesse or Paul. So a sentence will be said, and you guys attribute it to either Jesse or Paul McCartney. This is for cash. This is $20 for every right answer, $20 owed to me for every wrong answer. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
First quote. All I watch is the Food Network. I took a cheese-making class a few weeks ago, and I told my family and friends to only get me kitchen stuff on my birthday. I'd love to own a restaurant if I could find the right chef. Jesse or Paul?
Paul.
Jesse.
Marika's absolutely correct. Marika's
No.
absolutely correct. That's $20 to the woman.
Fuck
In the
that.
first record I ever listened to was Elvis Presley. And I remember thinking, man, this guy is cool. The swagger he had helped my confidence because he really made me think that a white boy could make music like this.
Jesse.
Paul.
Jake, that's exactly right. Marika's still up 20. Zach, you're down $40. Jake, you're breaking even.
Great.
This is such bullshit.
It's time to end the cruel slaughter of whales and leave these magnificent creatures alone.
Zach, you want to take it?
Paul.
Paul, third time.
That's correct. That's Paul. That's Beatles legend Paul McCartney. Zach, you're only down 20 now. Here we go. My mother was not the cook in the family. My dad was. I'd watch him behind the grill, and I said, if I ever make enough money, I'm going to make sure that I dine in the best restaurants.
I guess Jesse.
Paul.
Every kind of shallow, shitty thing
Interview is this.
is Jesse.
This isn't from interviews. This is from bestquotes.com. I'm always writing songs, and I've got a bunch that I want to record.
The crazy is they either could have said this.
Yeah.
It's Jesse. It
I hope
has
it's
to be
Jesse. It's Jesse because I want it to be Jesse.
What does Paul McCartney mean that he has a bunch of songs that he wants? He can record a song anytime he wants
But here's
to.
the thing, we don't know when he said that. He could have said it when he was like 15.
Jake, you're back to breaking even. Zach, I'm so sorry.
Damn it.
You're down 60. Rika, you're up 40. Here we go. Microphones are just like people. If you shout at them, they get scared.
Paul McCartney.
That's absolutely correct.
It was it was really quaint.
Marika's winning $60. Jake, you're breaking even. Zach, you're down 60.
No, I got it.
You said Paul?
I said Paul. Yeah.
All right.
Audio
You're
detectives
down 40.
out there, you can go back, you'll hear it. I said Paul.
Ferris, if Zach didn't say Paul, just you insert yourself saying, I'm Ferris Monchi, and I'm going on record saying Zach B. Dunn is a liar.
But if he did, just isolate his audio
Yeah.
and play it right now.
Maybe even put a little jingle underneath it if you have time, Ferris. Ferris, the music.
He's so busy. Paul McCartney.
That's absolutely correct.
It was it was really quaint.
Paul McCartney.
That's absolutely correct. Correct. Correct.
Paul. 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 Yes.
All right, here we go. I used to have 6 left feet. Now I only have 1.5 left feet.
Got to be Paul.
That was Jesse.
Oh yeah, the
Jake
6.
is
It was over the top. It was too over the top. It wasn't British at all.
Why is Jesse saying all this stuff?
But you know, as a kid, I would have thought of a vegetarian as a wimp.
Paul?
That's correct.
I didn't get back to break even.
The switch.
I still like it. We're not there yet where it's a little too long. It's not a little too long yet. I am still liking it.
Yeah, point out the exact moment.
The problem is that this is the best part of it, but you gotta wait a little bit to get there.
Okay, a little too long. Yep. Sorry. So close. You were.
So
were
you're saying
close.
it's literally like the last 4 seconds. Plugs. Zach,
I
Jake.
feel like we already did my plugs.
What's that?
We already did my plugs, I think. Earlier.
You can do them again.
You can
It's
do them
fine.
again.
Yeah,
no,
come
no,
on.
no.
Come on.
No, stop, guys. I don't want to. People can go back if they want to hear that. They can go back. It's like the middle of the episode.
You're asking them. It's like it's already a task to get someone to follow you on social media or like watch the shows that you work on. You're asking them to go
I'm
back.
not going
40
to tell
seconds.
them to follow at Zach B. Dunn on Twitter. You know, I already said it.
Nice.
What else are you not going to do?
Tell them to watch What We Do in the Shadows. Okay, I'm not. Sorry.
And you're not going to tell them to watch Bless the
Tell them to
Hearts.
watch Bless the Hearts on Fox.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's very humble of you.
Thank you.
Jake?
Yeah.
Wow. We just launched a new Headgum podcast, or brought an existing podcast onto Headgum called Three Black Halflings, and it's one of my new favorite shows. So subscribe, check it out.
And Fake the Nation is now on Headgum.
Wow.
Check that out. Also,
Lots of good podcasts.
lots of things happening.
Rika, do you want to plug your Substack?
I don't have a Substack.
Oh, that was someone else then. Never mind. Ferris, cut that out.
No, Ferris, keep it in. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at Marie Kalon or Letterboxd.
That's where to look if Marika starts a Substack, because I bet you'll announce it on Twitter.
You could start one by the time
Probably.
the episode comes out.
I won't. I can't put that like writing weight on my shoulders. It's too much work.
It's 7 days, yeah.
But my Twitter kind of functions as a Substack in a way, but it's mostly Marvel memes at the moment, so I don't know.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Jeff Boyardee, on Instagram at Jeffrey James. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Headgum Podcast. We'll see you again next week for another audit episode.
Damn, Daniel.
How did I know?
We'll catch you on the flip. Diesel? Let me do another take. Anyways, we'll catch you on the flip. Diesel. That one's a little bit more sensual.
Didn't like the zoom in. Definitely didn't level that.
So loud.
Part 2 of the Headgum Podcast Audit.
Yeah, starting out strong too.
Yeah. With us as never before, Mel Bracewell, famous comedian, New Zealand style. I'm starting off solo energy just because I'm still bummed about last week.
Wait, what happened last week? I don't know.
Yeah, I
What
forgot.
happened?
Didn't tell you anything, did I? Well, I guess we should just wax.
Oh God.
Like, what have you guys been up to? Mel, you're in Melbourne. Melanie Bracewell burn.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'm in Australia. I got on a plane. I took an international flight, and now I'm here.
New job, you said?
Yeah, I'm working on a TV show. It's actually confidential, so I can't really talk that much about it.
Well, we'll cut
but-
it out.
He won't.
you
Don't
won't.
say anything. Don't say anything you want him to cut out.
Because you also asked me for my address. Oh no.
Yeah, of course he does that to everyone.
Yeah.
Ferris, cut that out.
When you mentioned that he leaks addresses, I gave him my address like 5 minutes before recording.
Really?
I can't believe that.
Yeah, no,
But
you'll be
also,
doxxed.
I was coy enough that I didn't say my room number. Like I'm in an apartment and I just gave
That's
the
good.
building. you know?
Really?
Do you trust the doorman?
I'm not sure.
I'll call his ass. I actually do well with doormen. I tip like unbelievable amounts of money. I'll like
Where-
cut checks willy and
Where are you tipping a doorman? Like, what situation are you in where you have to tip a doorman?
So, you know, like they have those revolving doors at fancy apartment buildings and hotels.
Sure.
So when I was a kid / still, I'll just like love running around that like it's a merry-go-round. And like at a certain point, the doorman has to stop you because you're disrupting not only residents, but hotel guests. And they're like, hey, man, you got to head out. And I'm like, do I? Because I think that Mr. Benjamin Franklin says otherwise. And it's not a $100 bill, but it is 5 20s.
So, no further
No
questions.
further questions.
So you did this as a child, you said? You gave You're like, as a child, you gave him $100.
I had a couple limeade stands, ended up franchising them all throughout Shaker Heights, Cleveland Heights, Sugar Falls. It was pretty lucrative.
You were a limeade tycoon.
I was a limeade
Is that
tycoon,
right?
yeah. For the better part of middle school, I would distribute, for lack of a better term, limeade, yeah.
Yeah,
There's no other term.
that's the term.
Right.
I hate that I asked.
But enough about me. I mean, here we go.
Mhm.
Marika takes the reins. 2 minutes on the clock. Marika's now the
Oh
host.
my God. Last week, we discovered that Jake and I got an MRI on the same day.
That's right.
Very exciting. What's an update? How's your situation?
You know,
Has it changed
unfortunately,
at all?
I was sure that they were going to find, I forget exactly what it's called, but like some kind of some kind of like inflammatory thing. And they were going to give me inflammation blockers so I would stop having pain in my hips. But the MRI called my hips unremarkable, which is a little fucked up. Ultimately, good news.
Ultimately good, and I do love that sentiment. I found out that I have a herniated disc
Ooh, no.
that will never heal.
Does that mean you have to get surgery?
No, I don't have to. I just have to like get pain stuff and go to PT. But now I got to deal with that.
That's not
I guess
fun.
it's good to know.
Bracewell, what about you? Any health issues?
Me?
Yeah.
I haven't got an MRI recently. I've sort of coasted by and being mostly pretty healthy, actually.
That's cool.
So
Have you guys seen the Snyder Cut?
Yeah,
I haven't
it's
seen it yet.
long.
I haven't.
It's long and it's really gloomy looking. It makes more sense than the original Justice League.
Oh,
But
so it's not a new movie. It's just a longer movie of the same.
it is Zack Snyder started filming the Justice League movie. He had to drop out. Joss Whedon took it over, finished it. So he like reshot some things. And this is now the Zack Snyder version that he got to finish out and edit. It's 4 hours long. It's too long.
Oh, wait, so they let him finish his movie.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a little too much.
Yeah. I mean, it's an
Just make a
event
new
for
movie.
sure.
Is it
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's better than the Joss Whedon cut, in my opinion. That one it didn't make sense as a movie. This one makes sense, but there's too much of it.
Is this
And
one it's on HBO Max? Is that where this is?
I would say that I don't recommend watching it if you don't care. Don't subject yourself to that.
It's weird though, because I care a lot about superhero movies. Like I love Marvel. And
Yeah.
I just can't get into the DC.
The DC universe is hard. It's Jeff, engage.
No, I just-
you know?
What?
You asked, has anyone seen the Snyder Cut? And then you just wouldn't take part in the conversation at all.
I haven't
You
seen
started
It feels like
this.
you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen
yeah, I didn't think so.
Snyder
Okay, all right.
It's just everybody keeps talking about it. Also, Mel, nice pad. I just have to say, that's an accent wall. What's your rent?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't have any rent. Oh, it's just like, it's because it's for a company thing. I'm just staying here temporarily.
Oh, so loud.
Wow.
It's so loud.
I work at Headgum, technically.
Insane.
Why can't I get my apartment paid for, Jake?
I mean,
We've got on trips where our lodging has been paid for. Don't bite your finger.
That's true. And I did appreciate that. Before we move on, Mel, what's new with you? Do you have anything to plug?
I thought plugs was kind of like an end of show thing. Do you want me to leave? I
No.
feel like that was-
I just like get them while they're here.
Are they?
I don't have any plugs. I don't want to plug anything. I'm good.
All right.
I'll be fine without any plugs.
Now this is really your time to shine. This is the panel show of it all, Mel. Welcome to Burn or Gnaw. Jake left.
sorry, I had to plug in my computer.
Cool. Okay.
I'm fine.
Welcome to Burn or Gnaw. Have you guys ever played Burn or Gnaw?
No.
Okay. Jake?
No.
No.
Thought I saw a hint of a smile. A whiff of
No,
joy.
I'm smiling because I looked at my Zoom recorder and I saw we were like a little more than halfway done. So I was like, oh, nice.
Okay. That really hurt my feelings. Onward, right, Bracewell? Is that something that like
Don't-
YTT ever says when you're in the room for fucking Wellington Paranormal? Is it like power through? You know, like people will always yell at you.
Well, I mean, YTT doesn't, like, he works sort of remotely on the show. He doesn't really come into the meetings. It's more with Jermaine, who works on the show with us. But
And Jermaine's never said anything like that?
No, we probably don't. He didn't sit Onward. He's just, no.
Okay. It was worth an ask.
Was it?
Burn or Nah is a game show that's been taking me by storm. Basically, I'm going to name a book,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
and you guys tell me whether or not it deserves to be burned.
Okay, we're into book burning. I can't believe this.
You want to play?
Yeah.
Bracewell, do you want to play?
I guess, sure.
Micah?
Mike is my brother. I'm Jake. You
He laughed at his own joke.
in the beginning of the podcast, you said the whole show should be about me, so you had to have known who I was.
All right. I guess let's make a happy medium here. Instead of just saying on its face, burn or nah, let's just talk a little bit about each book as we go on, whether you guys have read it, etc. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by Just Kidding Rowling.
I mean, I'm going to be crazy. I'm going to say burn it.
I feel like I'm also the same.
Yeah.
I've never read it, but also she's like massively transphobic now. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
makes sense, I guess. Don't apply. Oh, that's so condescending. Like I put myself on this pedestal by calling someone out, and you applaud me, and it makes me feel small.
No, I couldn't agree more. I think it's a little bit virtue signally, but yeah, just stumbled
I
through
mean,
that.
you flubbed the word. Yeah.
Fuck.
I think you've been burning too many books and not reading them.
Well, the
making it-
problem is they were library books, so like that's a lot of plastic that I'm inhaling.
From the sleeves.
Yeah.
I just think optically, a book fire is never where you want to be. So there's like other things that we could do with the
That's
books
not the question.
to
The
not-
question is, what are your thoughts on Prisoner of Azkaban?
I've never read it.
I
I
also
never read
haven't
it.
read it.
I'm gonna say burn, but I'm not gonna. It's not only because Rowling is a fucking turf. It's also because this book scared the shit out of me when I was young. Because you got to remember, I was like fucking 9 when I read this, and the werewolf scene. Forget about it. I didn't sleep for a year.
None of us have read it, but I agree
Yeah.
with that sentiment. The reason I stopped reading Harry Potter was because Chamber of Secrets scared me, and then I never
I
went
can't
back.
imagine being scared of a book. That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
can't
Yeah.
imagine being scared of like driving a fucking 18-wheeler, but that's just because I've never done it. And same for you, Jake. Read. Sorry, I'm just getting nervous now because Melanie woke up at 7 a.m. earlier than 7 a.m. for this, and it's not going the way she wanted it to. So
What do you mean? Don't
is
project this
unfucking
onto me.
So you want to lash out at me?
I'm just letting you do it, man.
All right. What about the Bible? By God?
I don't think God wrote it. I'll say nah. I'll say
Yeah,
nah.
that feels-
seems like a bad.
Probably
A touchy
Yeah.
subject.
Yeah.
It's at the very least unlucky.
Yeah. I just was wondering if you guys were like fucking Satanists or whatever. All right. 1984 by,
Isn't that one of the like
you.
Orwell?
yeah.
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 Isn't that like a book that is about? No, that's Fahrenheit 450.
Big
The
Brother.
government spying on you. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and I mean, they do like burn books and make fake news stories in 1984. So I think if we're burning that book, we're living in a really bad place. So let's not.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll say also. I don't want to burn it.
Yeah. I'll say nah for that one.
He likes that. He loves the usage of his own terms.
What about My Little Black Book? Yes.
Yeah, we should burn that. All the numbers that you put in there are fake.
We're definitely.
hmm
I thought, yeah. All right.
I just like, what are we supposed to do with that reaction? You didn't even answer the question if it is your little black book. And now
No,
you're
it's like
sad.
a list of all the people that I've, had romantic
Right.
entanglements with.
Yeah, let's burn
Oh,
it.
that's what that book is.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And you want to burn it? Because like
Yeah,
there's kind of
start
like
fresh.
some memories there, and I kind of want to keep in touch maybe.
Start fresh.
Yeah. It seems unhealthy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What is it about that seems unhealthy from your perspective as a panel host, comedian, etc.? Is it
The attachment
the
to it
attachment
right now.
to it?
I think,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
attachment
but
to it. Every other book you sort of just glossed over after we answered, but this one you're kind of like defending.
Yeah. Well, it's one of one.
You're just clinging on to it so hard
Yeah.
that makes me think that you're not doing well.
No, I'm doing fine. I just like sometimes I would wonder how like is doing.
You don't need to say her full name.
Like, how's-
Sure, I
how's-
should cut
generally
that out.
asked to be.
Like, how is she doing?
Okay, that
That one you made up.
Made up, yeah.
It actually was not, but that is a name I would come up with. So Italian. All right. What about Pride and Prejudice? You know what? We have to move on. I have two other segments.
I'm not going to burn Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. This has been Burn or Not.
These jingles are so old school. Like, what is your idea of a panel show? Like, have you only watched like
I've only watched your highlight reels on YouTube.
Okay.
I actually had
Right,
some
okay,
notes,
cool.
if you don't mind. There was a time that you were on what's the one in New Zealand?
There's a few.
Mel, come on.
What okay, don't say come on. I don't know which one you're talking
Antagonize her
about.
about her own reel.
The fucking the one where it's like
Was
a
it
moment in
7
time.
days
Seven
or had to
days.
be
Yeah,
days?
7 days.
Okay, all right. What about it?
Do you get weekends on that show, or is it 7 days a week?
You said we had to move on, and you're
It's-
doing this.
It's 1 day a week and we refer to the last 7 days. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
It's okay to dance. Welcome to
Oh my God.
Heaven or Mel.
Oh god.
Have you guys ever played Heaven or Hell?
No.
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 Okay.
Is this a game where you decide if celebrities should go to heaven or hell?
That's what Heaven or Hell is, but this is an adaptation of it where we decide whether someone who does a certain thing should go to heaven or should go to you.
Is it so Mel is bad? Like,
Which one's bad?
Heaven or Mel, here we go. I'm going to list an act, something that someone does, and then you tell me, or we all kind of wax about whether that person should go to heaven or should go to Melanie Bracewell. All right, spending a raunchy weekend in Vegas.
What? What does that mean exactly?
Gambling.
Yeah, we know.
Just gambling.
But how is it in the context of this game? So someone who gambles, should they go to heaven or should they go to my house? Like,
Yeah.
Not your house, but like go to
I-
you. Like someone would go to someone for advice or whatever, or just to
That's-
hang out.
Yeah, you've got to be clear
Okay.
with that definition.
I think
Does-
this one
alright,
is heaven.
does
'cause-
Mel-
what's that?
I was waxing. You told us to wax. You said wax.
you chose an answer so quickly.
I think it's heaven because it's fine to like have a nice time. It's fine to imbibe. It's fine to like, lose a little bit of money. You can still like, end up in some place of nirvana at the
So
end of
people should only go to me if they're not
yeah,
fine.
I was gonna say, are we still using go to Mel as like the equivalent
Yeah,
of
as if it's hell.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
let's just make
the
it
other way
easier
we
and say
could
that.
use this segment as okay. I was gonna say if we wanted to like get to know Mel in a certain way,
Right.
like
That'd be fun.
yeah.
like does Mel like to party and go and gamble and stuff, or would a bunch of like debaucherous gambles not have fun hanging out with you?
I do like to gamble actually, but I'm a sensible gambler. I'll go home if I've won like $20.
Mm,
So
I think these people would have more fun hanging out with Mel then,
that's
Yeah.
true.
because
yeah.
it feels like there's no casinos in heaven.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right, let's go Mel on that one.
you sound so
Great.
disappointed.
I guess Steely Dan was wrong. You can buy a thrill. Ow.
I'm so
That was the most clever joke I've ever made on this show.
You're
I think
muted.
you're muted.
you're muted.
You're
yeah.
either muted or
muted?
you're
No, you aren't.
Oh, now you're not.
So you didn't hear the Steely Dan joke?
No, we heard
No.
that. And
Oh, we
then-
heard that. We heard this Steely Dan.
So you didn't laugh. I was mumbling.
the
I was
last
mumbling
thing
about how
we
that was the
heard.
most clever joke I've ever said on this show. All right, donating your time and money to worthy charities.
Okay, so
Heaven.
they should go to heaven.
Yeah.
But then they like die also. So there's like another element. If they go to me, they're like still alive. So
They should go to Mel. We want more of those people on Earth.
That's fair.
Go to Mel.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that get annoying, Bracewell? Like a bunch of like fucking goody two shoes, holier than thou people rushing you?
I mean, I wouldn't consider people who give a lot of time and effort into charities like goody two shoes. Like it's not about, it's not like a classroom where you're like brown nosing someone. Like it's like they're actually helping people. Like you find that bad?
No, it's good. I've personally never like donated my time because I didn't want to hang out with a bunch of nerds.
Jeffrey,
But
do you
this
have
is
what's
actually
that?
good feedback from you as a
Variant
person
lives.
and not a
Anything
host.
else on the
Maybe I
horizon?
should-
Well, you know, some
feel like
people
we
can't
gotta
donate
be
time, so you
looking
it
at
sounds like you
Europe
donate money, and
to see if
that's I
they've
think that's
found
good
anything
I haven't
post-Omicron. They're sort of living in a
too.
world
Okay.
6
So you
to
said
8
time or
weeks
money,
out.
and then you said
So,
you haven't
yeah,
donated
let's talk
your
about
time. You
something
kind of
else.
omitted the money.
pretty good
You
idea
said
about
you
what's
What about
coming on
correcting
the
someone
horizon.
else's
Let's
grammar
talk
when
about
they
something
send
else.
you a
Let's talk about
really
something else.
vulnerable
Let's talk about
text?
something else.
So like they say,
Oh yeah,
Something more lighthearted.
They should go to. Yeah.
Mel doesn't need
We
that
talk about COVID all the
energy.
fucking time.
so at this point, heaven's almost become the
January
fuck off
6th,
option.
the anniversary's coming up.
Yeah.
Of what?
What about stealing
The
from the poor and
insurrection.
giving to the rich? A reverse Robin Hood.
That's
Actually, it's
more
a normal
lighthearted.
Robin Hood if you're talking about the company. You guys have money in the market? I think I saw Marika smile.
Yeah.
You get.
You're picking up on the smallest of positive affirmations and really clinging to them.
A smirk.
Is that a wrinkle in your cheek, Mel? That's from where a smile was nearly seconds ago. It's like when you're like you can't stop smiling and then your face hurts. It's that kind of energy today.
I
right?
mean, if you want to believe that, then I don't want to like step all over what you think is happening here.
That's very kind.
Wearing that shirt.
All right, what about becoming a sorcerer's apprentice? So you get the little hat.
There's too many
I
of
mean,
these.
that sounds
Why is there
ideal.
many of
So
these?
That's a good
Is
note.
that the name of a Harry Potter book?
Sorcerer's Stone. Or sorry,
Okay.
Philosopher's Stone. Probably what
Philosopher's
you read.
Stone.
All right, what about living at
Okay, all right.
Oh,
That's
there
also
you
just
go.
saying, like, should go to heaven or Mel. Like, if
That's
you're just talking
literally
about
Mel.
me. So,
what is this?
new song?
Already too long.
Did you say already too long?
Of course. Yeah. It's insane that it's gone I thought it was gonna end measures ago.
this is
All right, this game is for cash. Melanie, can all be worth it. The early wake up, the early call time, as they call it in the business. Although I don't have to tell you that.
oh God, stop trying to schmooze up to me. It's really strange. It's really uncomfortable.
You're fucking networking right now.
I'm net worthing right now. That's where I try to increase my net worth through networking.
That's just networking.
Have you guys ever played Heads or Tails?
With a coin?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. He's dropped the coin.
Tried to flip it, tried to catch it, dropped
So
it.
basically, yeah, I'll flip the coin. You guys all call it. And then if it's right, you get $10. If it's wrong, you owe me $10.
Yeah, great. Yes, I'm in.
Okay, good.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So I'm going to flip it, and then you guys call it before I even see what it is. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, that's how it
Yeah.
works. We've all played before.
So you have to.
Put your hand higher.
Yeah.
It's hard because this is a dime.
Yeah.
Do you have $30?
You really should not be doing this for cash.
go.
So you underprepared so much that you didn't even bring a big enough coin to play.
I didn't have one. I only had a dime.
But you're supposed to have $30 to give us?
in my
I'm
Venmo.
so-
It's all Venmo.
Okay. Okay.
Fuck it. $1,000 for every right answer. Does that seem
No.
fair?
No.
Yes.
All right, we'll split the
Sure.
difference. $100. Call it.
Heads.
Tails.
Heads.
That's $100 to Melanie. Holy shit. Jake, Marika, you owe me $10.
All right.
Okay, I'll take that. I'm gonna now take the $100.
That's
and-
sensible.
yeah.
I gotta keep
Bow
on
out.
So then
playing.
you can't bow
You've
out.
got a
That
lot of
wasn't
mistakes to make, though,
part
so
of the
you're
terms and
fine.
conditions.
Let's just do best
Yeah,
2 out of
it's
3.
fine. Okay, all right.
Let's do 1 or 2 more. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to make my money back.
All right. Call it.
Heads.
Heads.
That's tails. So Jake,
20.
Marika, you
Down
both owe me
20 bucks.
20. Mel, I owe you 90.
Yeah.
One more time.
Fine, one more time. This is 20 times or nothing. So if you get it wrong, you don't owe me any money. If you get it right, I owe you 20 times. I mean, like, fuck it, right? 20 times whatever I already owed
This
you.
seems
Okay.
like so unwise. Okay, all right, go.
Heads.
Heads.
Tails.
In a weird turn of events, it was heads, and Jake
But
and
20
Marika, I didn't
times-
owe you guys
yeah.
anything, so 20 times 0, 0.
Yeah,
Mel,
I knew that was going to happen.
you got it wrong, even though I owed you $90. So now I owe nobody anything, and they don't owe me anything.
Wow.
No, wait, you never said that. You didn't say that if I get it wrong that I lose all my money.
You owed her $90, so it's 20 times 90. That's a lot of cash. 1,800. This is where the song should end, but it just keeps going.
Did you guys see that shrimp tail thing? That was insane.
Judging by your conversation starter of the Snyder Cut, I feel like you haven't even seen it.
Yeah.
Like, you've just
Haven't seen what?
Yeah, you can't. There's no way you know the whole deal with that.
Oh, I forgot to mention. Heart's Kindred, Zona Gale. I started reading it. It's actually pretty good.
You should have forgot to mention it. You should have actually forgot to mention it.
Well, it was on the list of burn or nah. We didn't end up
Yes.
getting to it.
Yeah.
But don't
see.
burn. Don't burn. Buy it. Heart's Kindred, Zona Gale. Such pivotal work.
Okay, you had the game called Burn or Nah, and you don't even say nah. You say don't burn. You don't even.
Anyway, plugs. Let's go down the line. Let's start with Mel. What do you have going on? What's the point the people to? Social media, jobs, not jobs, shows, whatever. Show. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, when you find what you love to do, it's never worked. But yeah.
I don't really have anything to plug. Just, if people want to find me, they will, I guess. It's fine.
Marika,
Listen to all the new Headgum shows that have come out recently.
the cast.
Fake the Nation's
Black
now on
Halflings.
Headgum. Yeah, 3 Black Halflings. Yeah, on Twitter and Instagram at Marie Kaylon.
And you know what? I'll throw him your bone. Listen to Buckets.
Yeah.
Listen to Buckets.
Do it.
Listen to If I Were You. This is my olive branch. I'm starting early. Jake,
You just told people to listen to my podcast, so I'm good.
you don't want to shout out to brands and say hey, if I ever pitch you as a commercial director, hire me because I'm talented.
Okay. Yeah. I shout out to Starbucks. I like your coffee, and if you guys ever make a commercial, I'd like to direct it.
If Starbucks ever make a commercial.
Sax. Welcome to another edition of the Headgum Podcast. I don't want to dilly-dally. I'm just going to get into it. I've brought on 2 of my closest friends, 2 people who know me better than anyone else in the world, who only have my best interests at heart, and Marika. And the idea here is to kind of get a personal touch on it. So please welcome to the show, Peter George Saba, Reilly Marie Jude Anspaugh, and Brownlee Struthers.
Sure.
Thank you for having us. It's been a minute.
Both of you haven't been on since October, September-ish.
I've never been on with Reilly before, which is very
Well,
exciting.
I'm so happy to be here with Marika and George.
You've also never been on with me.
George, you live at
Yeah, and we live together.
Yeah,
so
you
Yeah,
doxed yourself
you doxed
there.
yourself.
I think that should be kept in, Faris.
but it's against your interests.
Well, look, I'm strong. I can protect myself.
I've been getting weaker and weaker as the year goes on.
I guess the first thing that I think of when someone's like has someone's address from the internet, I don't think of them like immediately going to fight the person in the house. I think of like they're probably going to do some other things. So maybe don't rely on your strength.
Well, but also we're talking about Jeff, so they might fight Jeff. George, I think, is probably fine. They might drop off a gift or like a gift basket.
That would be really
But-
nice. Actually, definitely drop George off a gift basket.
So they'll drop it off at the front and then go around back and
Beat your
the
ass.
shit out of me. Yeah. Well, onward, right? I'm shaky emotionally, but we'll move on.
Disney
how are you
Pixar's
guys?
Onward. Anyway.
Disney Pixar's Onward. So what is going on with you guys?
I've started making wine at home.
You're making wine?
I'm making wine, like right
What
in my living
kind?
room.
That's insane.
Yeah, just like I bought a bunch of fruits at Costco. Me and our friend Sarah Linden, we bought a bucket from Lowe's, a food safe bucket. I watched one YouTube video, and basically we're on day 2 of the first ferment. So we're
Very
gonna see if I
nice.
can make wine in a bucket.
My dad makes wine in that same way, I assume, because I know that he's got buckets of fruit that sit in somewhere. So you're probably on a good path.
Has it turned out well?
I mean, he brings it to family gatherings and to chef events. I don't think he sells it, but
It's just,
he's sharing it around. It's definitely drinkable at the very least.
I might have to reach out to your dad with some questions. I keep having anxiety dreams about the wine because I have to stir it a lot, and I'm like, oh, like I'll wake up and it's like I didn't stir it enough today.
What kind of fruits? What kind of fruit? Like what kind of blend are you
blueberries,
making?
raspberries, and grapes.
Raspberry wine?
Yeah, so they said to cut it with fruit because unless you have like really like natural grapes.
Oh, got
and
it.
I was like, we just got these from Costco.
So it's still vino. It's just you have to like cut it with the sour stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's like, it's fermented fruit drink.
My dad makes peach wine and like blueberry wine.
That
That's
sounds
what
so
he's
good.
using a lot.
How many weeks do you have to ferment it? Because I used to make beer in college, and I
So-
know that it was like a 6 to 8 week thing.
And that's a good question. I'll have to ask Marika's dad because the one video I'm basing all of this off of, he doesn't say how long it takes. And I've tried Googling it and it's kind of unclear.
Are you just gonna like taste as you go?
Well, I know like as soon as this first ferment starts bubbling, I do
Yeah.
what's called racking the wine, where I put it into bottles and it does like its slow oxidation. And then at that point, I guess I just blindly taste it until it becomes like not vinegar. I'm really
guess.
going blind.
And the wine will make you go blind.
Yeah. You're just drinking vinegar and hoping it'll taste
Yeah.
wine.
Well, speaking of going blind, so the big part of my concern is like I don't want it to mold over because, I've put in like $89 into this whole endeavor, which isn't that much money, but I'm kind of like, I should get some sort of outcome. And so I don't want it to grow mold. So I wipe down the bucket all the time, but with like a Clorox wipe. And I have to get like kind of close to the wine or the fruit mash. And I don't want the Clorox wipe to touch it because there's bleach on the wipe. And so I
Sure.
don't want there to be bleach in my wine.
Yeah, which one is worse, the bleach or the mold?
And that should be a new segment, Bleach or Mold.
Bleach or
on the
Mold,
Headgum
yeah.
podcast.
You're becoming Jessica Koslow.
Well, yeah, that was another thing. If it's like, it was more scrape up the top. This isn't not selling
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
The squirrel jam.
The squirrel jam lady
That's what I
who
thought of as
sold
well.
moldy jam. Which I guess, she said it, so I don't know if you want to trust her, but she said that it was fine to have. And if George is scraping mold off this living room wine, I feel like it's going to be fine.
There's bathtub gin and living room wine.
Den whites and reds.
Living room wine.
Was that red wine?
Red wine, but living room wine.
That's good.
Not a direct match.
Oh. You got the laugh track for that.
I guess we should talk about Matt Gaetz. I saw a tweet that was like,
Jeff, was that
okay.
the only segment you had planned?
I have more. I just was trying to keep it open because when we get into the segments, it's kind of really locked in.
So you wanted
Can
to
I-
open with that. Sorry, go George.
No, you're fine. I'm sorry I didn't know if you were finished or not.
No, you're good.
I will say before this podcast, I was like, I feel like Jeffrey's going to make me talk about Matt Gaetz. So I Googled Matt Gaetz to make sure I know what it's about, but then I got distracted. But I'm glad. So I didn't actually end up figuring out what the hubbub is.
And we're not going to talk about it.
Well, I know. So I've dodged a bullet. I just want to say I knew it was coming. I can show you my history, my like search history. I really Googled Matt. I was like, this is going to come up.
Yep.
Welcome to the future of Brooks Brothers. Welcome to the future of Brooks Brothers.
Topical.
Brooks Brothers, the oldest clothing retailer in the U.S., filed for bankruptcy last year, Chapter 11 actually, and they were saved by not only the bell but a sale, $325 million by a brand development firm, which plans to continue and build upon their legacy and keep it as a clothing brand. But, you know, I was reading this New York Times article about how they were in hot water, not hot water, but deep quicksand. They were sinking fast. I'm just wondering, because again, we're talking about the oldest clothing retailer in the United States. They created ready-to-wear, which isn't a good thing, but still.
Okay, like your Everlanes, your...
Not a good invention.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But they did it nonetheless. This all begs the question, what if they hadn't been bought? What if Chapter 11 sent them to their grave?
It begs the question.
Someone has to ask it, and I feel like, why not us? I went to an all-boys school when I was growing up, and our sister's school had these bumper stickers they would sell in their store. Like everybody, you know, where you would buy like a Letterman jacket or this bumper sticker that said, "Yet." George's girlfriend went to this school. And the "yet" didn't stand for anything. It was more of a mantra. And it was, I don't have an A in chemistry yet. And so it was basically a way to encourage like all the girls.
So?
I'm just saying, why not us?
With what?
We haven't waxed about Brooks Brothers yet.
Oh my God.
Got it.
This begs the question, what if Brooks Brothers hadn't been bought? And then I thought we could kind of just talk about what Brooks Brothers might have become. Because let's say that, you know, it eventually is only worth a couple $1,000s and we buy it. What do we decide to use the name for? I was thinking it could be like Brooks Brothers, and then it's like a Creekside nonprofit for pairing at-risk youths with like a Big Brother style mentor.
Creekside.
That's a lot more like endearing than what my first thought. Like my first thought was like, keep it clothing, make it a little more risque.
So George, give like a design idea
Yeah.
for like how would you alter a Brooks Brothers outfit to make it a little bit naughty?
Well, I guess I was like, when I think Brooks Brothers, I think like thin sweater you wear over a button down. And I think like, what if there were more holes in it?
The
Which
button down
one?
or
The sweater?
Well, it's like, it's not even like intended for warmth. It's a layering like vehicle. Like it's not intended to be comfortable. Like they create like what you wear on a casual Friday if you worked on Wall Street. So like, I guess it's like making casual Friday a little more casual. That's a really good
That's
line.
really good.
That's
actually.
really good.
Marika, Reilly, pitches, Brooks Brothers, what could it be if we owned it for only a G?
I was thinking we turn it into a lifestyle brand. Like it's not just about the clothes.
Like a Goop.
It's about Goop, but it's just for brothers.
It's about Goop.
It's about Goop.
It's a slime store.
It's Goop for brothers.
Meaning?
You know, it's like Goop, they try and be like anyone can be part of Goop. Anyone can Goop. And for Brooks Brothers, it's like only brothers can do it. And so if you are brothers, then it's like, here's the lifestyle for you. So it's like there's brothers retreats, there's brothers DIY. And so it's like how to make a sign for your bedroom door that you share with your adult brother.
The first category is brothers retreats and the second one is brothers DIY, and that's the end of the list.
Right now.
Have you been to the Goop store?
There's a storefront.
There's
They went brick and mortar.
they went brick and
They
mortar.
went Rick and Morty, brick and mortar.
What do you mean?
So they have
Rick and Morty merch.
they have moisturizer. That's Pickle Rick in a store. I don't know. It's buzzwords. Anyway, what's the storefront like?
No, it's just very it's a weird eclectic mix of things. I feel like it was like the front is jewelry for some reason, and then you get to the back and it's like gold masks and $80 exfoliator, and then also there's like vibrators somewhere, and it's a whole thing. It's in Soho. So now I'm trying to envision that, but for brothers. And wondering like what products it would sell for brothers that I assume the brothers are going together to buy at the same time.
You can only go with your brother. So that's the thing. It's like, because anyone can walk in there and be like, oh, I'm a brother. And they're like, I don't think so. It's like you have to show up with your kin, with your brother.
It's like getting into a frat house. So it's like, who do you know here? And then it's like, oh, this is my brother. And he's like, oh, you guys know each other? Yeah.
You were in a frat,
it's like
right?
blood brothers. But anyway, yeah, Jeff.
What was that?
What?
Oh, you just mean blood relatives.
Like that too.
Got it. All right, what about Brooks's brothers? So it's a new nickname for Mel Brooks's brothers. Irving Kaminsky, Bernie Kaminsky, and Lenny Kaminsky. Another name for this is the Kaminsky method.
Interesting. I didn't really. I wanted to point out that I was skipped, but I didn't really get much further than it was a store started by Brooks Wheelan. We get him to kind of be the masthead of this thing, but it's unclear. I didn't get far enough to figure out what he's sent. Yeah, go on.
Can I build off this? Because this actually is perfect.
It was kind of like an interruption what you just did.
What if it's Brooks Bothers? So it's a punked style gotcha prank show hosted by Brooks Wheelan.
Sure. I mean, like, is changing the name allowed? It felt like it wasn't.
I think you have to own the Brooks Brothers IP just so that you don't get sued for doing something similar.
Got it. Parody law does not apply.
Brooks Brothers. So it's a party store specializing in chess piece Halloween costumes.
Did you say Rooks Brothers? Was that what it was?
Rooks Brothers, yeah.
Yeah.
Books Bother. And it's just a book burning ceremony.
Not a book burning.
Welcome to Vine or Brine. This is all for cash. This is $50 for every right answer, $10 owed to me for every wrong answer.
Whoa.
Have you guys ever played Vine or Brine?
Did you invent the game?
I feel like I've played it before, but I also made up the rules today.
Got it. Oh, no, none of us have played it.
You played it in your own mind as you were making it up.
And you haven't played it.
Yep.
So Vine or Brine, basically I'm going to play some audio and you tell me whether it's from the app that used to exist, Vine, where it was just consisted of 6-second videos, launched the careers of such characters as Miel Brado, Gabe Gundacker, etc., Demi. I'm starting to get tired.
So?
What?
It's just like, I wish that you guys would have played it before so I didn't have to like run through the rules. It's like when somebody doesn't know how to play like Risk.
You're telling us about people whose careers were launched by Vine. Those aren't rules. We know this. We know all those people. How do you play the game?
So I'm going to play a sound clip and you tell me whether it comes from a Vine or whether it has to do with brine.
Whether it has to do with brine? Can you elaborate on that a little bit? That's for the rules that I don't really understand of if it has to do with it.
If
because
it
could be a
to
vine.
brine, yeah.
There could be a vine that does relate to brine.
None of them do. Let's just say that. But that's a good note for next time is that I should kind of get a gotcha question. All right, ready?
Yes.
Here we go. First one. Oh, just buzz in or like say it and then Here we go.
Two bros chilling in the hot tub, 5 feet
go.
apart because they're not gay.
Listen, that's a Vine.
That's correct. $50 to Marika Brownlee on the sax. Okay, here we go. Second one.
It's a little Mitt Romney.
That's a Vine.
That's correct. $50 to the man in my bedroom. All right, here we go. Number 3.
The emphasis. I'm going to go with brine.
That's absolutely correct. That's $50 to the woman in a statement pant. All right, here we go. Number 4.
By saying this, look, this is kosher salt. Hope you guys can see it. Listen, it's a coarse grain. You got to use kosher salt.
I'm a buzzin'.
Yep.
That's brine.
That's correct. $100 to the woman in an orange. Oh, I hit the button by accident. That's $150.
Wow. That's great.
All right, here we go.
You can't sit with us. Actually, Megan, I can't sit anywhere. I have hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
That is a Vine. That's also Miel.
That's correct, and that's going to be double points because she got the person right. I should have mentioned that, by the way, if you can say who it is.
The first one was Anthony.
That's absolutely correct. That's $200 to Marika, $100 to Reilly.
The second one was Gabe Gundacker.
That's absolutely correct. $100 to Reilly and George, $200 to Marika. Actually, $150 to Reilly. This is unfucking believable because that's almost $500. All right, here we go. Ready?
And whisk.
That's brine.
That's correct.
And I'm going to take a shot at who made the brine sound.
Yep. Yeah.
Dr. Pickle?
So you're at 140 now because you got that part wrong. So that's minus $10.
It was so close, George.
I'm going to go brine.
That's correct. That's Saltwater by GeoWolf.
Oh my God.
I'm going to say that song's by GeoWolf.
That's absolutely correct, George. $190. So yeah, Marika's at 250, George, you're at 190, Reilly, you're at 150. Here we go. Last one. This is triple or nothing. So if you get this wrong, cash is gone. But if you get it right, that's $150.
LeBron James.
That's a Vine.
That's correct. Oh my fucking God. Yeah. Let's add this up. $250. 190, 300. That's $740. This is beyond fucked. I should not have done this. God damn it. Why am I doing this? Yeah, this is... And my balance in my bank account's pretty low right now, so this sucks. Just give me a second to talk amongst you guys yourself.
I feel like it's not even worth stopping, but I assume he's Venmoing all of us cash. So
gotcha.
I feel fine with this.
Yeah, I ran out of money. I had $440 in my bank account. And now I
Right,
can't.
and you owe Reilly alone $450.
It's $300, but yeah.
Oh, I thought
No,
she had
I thought it was that was.
150.
I did have 150.
Yeah, it's triple or nothing of 50, not of your entire total.
Oh.
That wasn't
Okay.
properly explained.
I said triple or nothing, so this one would be for $150.
Okay.
I cannot pay you. This is embarrassing. It's like your credit card being declined at a fucking Bed Bath & Body Works.
Has that happened to you before?
More often than not.
What are you trying to buy?
Salts.
Pretty cheap store. They got coupons all the time. It's like
Trying to buy
3
bath
for.
salts.
Well, I'm not a
15.
spendthrift, so I can't like.
I mean, they're not even coupons. It's like $5 candles, but whatever.
I guess this is the last stop, as it were. The last train's coming into the station on film, and everyone in the movie theater is freaking out. What do you guys have to plug? What do you have going on? Social media, projects, point the people to. The floor is yours.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me on. This has been a treat and really enlightening experience. I think we can bring a lot back to our show, which I'll plug, Review, also on the Headgum Podcast Network. And if anyone has any feedback about that show and and specifically like Jeff's attitude, his character on that podcast, like feel free to reach out to me about it. And I am at Reilly Anspaugh on Instagram and at Reilly Coyote on Twitter. Projects to plug. Fun, super cool, immersive show Into the Mist is still running. these next couple Fridays in April. So get tickets at intothemist.net/tickets. Jeff was on it at one point, and he was only a one-night guest, and you can kind of understand why he was a one-night only kind of guest at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been really fun. And we're doing our first review live show on the internet, not in person. You can get tickets for that at
Headgum.com/live.
Headgum.com/live. So come on down. It's April 21st. It's a Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a good time.
George will be there.
George will be there.
I will be there. Yeah. So I guess I could plug the review live show on April something at
21st.
6 p.m.
21st.
21st. I said the 28th. Didn't want to steer anyone wrong. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be oodles of fun. Jeffrey and Reilly are both going to be there. You can get tickets for that on headgum.com/live. Other things to plug. My Twitter is at George Saba, GeorgesSaba. My Instagram is at Secret George Saba, the word secret, and then how I spelled my name. This is a new one. A cool little leftist comedy organization called Comedy Collective LA. I'm doing very dumb things for them. It's good. The things I'm doing are dumb. You can see me naked in the first sketch I did. And yeah, that's cool. You can stream Cherry on Apple TV if you've got hours to spare. And then you can follow my wine updates on my food Instagram, Secret George Saba. It's spelled a little different. It's SEATCRETGEORGESSABA. Link to it is in my regular Instagram bio, which is easier to spell.
God. Every time you plug, it's the hardest ways to follow you.
I'll frame it as a riddle.
You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Letterboxd at Marike Elon, MarikaElon. Also, the live shows, review. The day before is a high and mighty 420 mega sesh, which will be interesting in a time. Really exciting. The day this comes out, there's a We Hate Movies live show. So that's fun. And then May 1st, the Doughboys are doing a 25-hour charity Dough-a-thon on Twitch for free. So tune into that at some point. That's going to be a time. I think they said at one point if they raise $50,000, they're going to do another chicken nugget power hour. Maybe. I don't want to hold them to that. Don't listen to me, but that'll be awful if they have to do that again. So you should donate money. Yeah, that's all I got.
And you can follow me on Instagram at Jeffrey James, on Twitter at JeffBoyRD. And yeah, the review live show, like we said, all of Reilly and I's profits, whatever the right word is, will be going to the Chinatown Community for Equitable Development, which is a grassroots organization in LA that helps fight against bad gentrification development efforts in Chinatown and gives multi-ethnic, intergenerational residents of the area a stronger say in future decision-making in the area. We'll be back next week with Amir Blumenfeld himself, A Hopeful Reconciliation, and some more exciting guests coming up in April and May. Can you guys join me in a namaste? The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste.
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 With us as never before, Amir Valerie Blumenfeld, Jacob Hurwitz himself, and Marika, the Sax Man Brownlee. How is everybody? How are you guys' personal lives? I feel like I haven't seen you in an office in a couple months.
It's been over a year since the lockdown. You haven't seen us in person since when? Last January, February?
Yeah, that would have been
catching
March.
up. Yeah. We've spoken since then. You're caught up, basically, I think. We're not doing anything or going anywhere.
All right.
You haven't seen me in 14 months.
I'm good personally. Thanks for asking. Had a great week.
Vaccinated yet, or
halfway there? Halfway vaxxed.
Let's go.
Half vaxxed, as they say.
Pfizer gang?
Pfizer gang. Got it in Manhattan. Hell yeah.
My week's fine. Just floating along, doing my little tasks, watching my little shows. It's
You're
great.
belittling yourself.
Watching my tiny shows.
Also half vaxxed Pfizer gang rep.
Yeah.
Respect.
How are you, Jeff?
I'm good. I mean, I'm nervous for sure for this episode. Something I was thinking about that was kind of interesting about the vax, though, is that it doesn't have to go in through your arm. That's just like the most popular place to get it because it can enter through the lymph nodes, etc. But it just has to be intramuscular. So I do wonder if there's a world where I could have gotten the vax in my axe.
Your what?
My ass.
Yeah, I guess. But if it's like a drive-through, how would that possibly go down?
At a CVS Minute Clinic.
Window down, ass out. I'm wearing some kind of G-string just to cover the whole thing.
A G-string really doesn't cover the hole. Not if you're bent over that way.
Hardly anything, really. You also texted me the other day, what if I get the Johnson & Johnson in my Johnson & Johnson? That's sort of like a one and done. Yeah.
So inappropriate.
You shouldn't text me that.
Yeah, you shouldn't want to have gotten the vaccine in your ass.
All right. I mean, people have this sore arm thing. I could have dealt with a sore ass, and that wouldn't have been too bad because I would have got that vax. Anyway. Jake,
Nice.
You're kind of chic. You're kind of like someone with a good aesthetic.
Thank you. Is there a
Unreal.
follow-up?
What did you say, Marika?
I just said unreal.
Relatability. It's like I wanted to kind of relate to him in that way. I can't help but feel like I have a cool aesthetic.
You're sitting in a closet full of suits. I do like your glasses today, though.
Oh, I'm getting LASIK. This is relatable to 2 out of 3 of you guys. I'm not for sure getting it, but I have my consultation. I was a candidate in December 2019, and I was going to get it. I had like a date set for the surgery, but then I ended up working on carpool, and we didn't get off until like the day before Christmas or something, so I didn't get to come home for that because I was going to do it here. But on Amir's recommendation, I found a place near Cedars.
On Amir's recommendation? Not my recommendation?
Yours did look like it was next to a Subway or some kind of Qdoba. Like it was definitely in a strip mall. And
It's not in a strip mall. It's on Wilshire. It's in fucking Beverly Hills. Okay,
It's not.
It's mid city. It's mid city, and I resent you saying that it's next to a fucking Qdoba. Where did Amir go? Somewhere in the fucking valley, probably.
You know, obviously, bleep it then. Bleep that then.
It's an endorsement.
I don't need people knowing anything about us.
Fine, Ferris, bleep that out or cut that out. I don't
Bleep
care.
that out. Where you got your LASIK done?
Yeah,
You think you're
because it's
Brad
like a
fucking
family
Pitt?
friend. I don't know. I feel weird saying stuff like that.
Jake, you probably have healthy eyes. I know your prescription wasn't anywhere near as bad as mine.
What's yours?
Negative 5.5 in both eyes.
Wow, that's a lot.
Pretty bad. So I need somebody like a.
I understand. And you got to bleep that too. I was actually 2020 when I got my LASIK. I was 2020. I just wanted
What?
to be. It wasn't good enough. I strive for beyond perfection.
Yeah.
Now I'm
did you
25,
get it?
25.
Oh.
Where did
That's
I
worse.
get it?
No, I said,
Really?
and did you get beyond perfection?
I have a cataract in my right eye,
Right.
and my left eye is a glass eye now. So I don't really have depth perception, and I see things are.
You
a
went to the
little
Qdoba for
cloudy.
sure.
I went. You get a quesadilla at my place. You get rice and beans and fucking glasses.
Rice and beans or rice and beans?
Right.
Poison beans and glasses.
Yeah, it's also a poorly rated Qdoba. So
No, but I'm excited about that. I have my consultation, I guess, the following Monday when this drops. So we'll see about that. Point being, thank you for the compliment about my glasses, but hopefully they're not here for much longer.
Honestly, the consultation hurts more than the actual surgery in a weird way.
Because they do did they do the thing where they take the little square?
Yeah, they do the
piece?
swab test.
Christ,
they puff
yeah.
your eyes. They do the yellow dye. They do the dilation. They really put your eyes through the ringer.
I have no recollection of that at all. They didn't do that to me at Qdoba.
No, yeah. They didn't need to check. They didn't check anything for you. You had a Groupon, right? So you just sort of walked in and said, I have $48.36 in cash. I can have perfect vision burger. And then you left that day with
and a side of corn, please.
But yeah, I've already done the consultation, which is why I knew I was a candidate then, but after a year, I have a degenerative chronic dry eye disorder. And obviously, we've all been staring at screens way more the past year. So I just need to make sure that my tear film didn't get so bad that I can't get the LASIK.
Tear film? Your tear film?
Yeah. Your base level of saline.
Nobody knows about this shit. Don't talk about it casually.
What was the main reason for all of you guys wanting to get LASIK? Was it like you don't want to wear glasses anymore? Because I feel like I'm at the point where I feel like I can never not wear glasses. Like it'll be weird. I'll look weird without glasses.
For me, it was my prescription was not that bad. So I
wasn't anything. You had 20/20.
It was really like minus 1.5 or minus 1 or something. So it was like most of the time I didn't wear glasses, but if I like was driving, I kind of had to, or if I was watching TV, it would be a little fuzzy. And like sometimes I just wouldn't have glasses at work and I'd go on a walk and it would like get a little disoriented. I was like on the cusp of needing to wear glasses all the time, but I didn't want to. So I got it before I got there. That was my MO.
And that also means you're super low risk because it's like they don't have to, laser away too much of your cornea.
Interesting.
Amir, what about you? You were a lifetime glasses wearer.
Yeah, lifetime glasses wearer. Jake did a lot of the pushing and
by
prodding.
it almost.
Yeah. And I sort of convinced myself, I know, and I am still talking about it, so 1 second, that I was like, it would be nice to wear glasses still. It would be nice to not wear glasses. And then this laser eye surgery just gave me the option to do both. Like playing basketball with glasses was annoying. Swimming, I couldn't do that. So, every time I got a haircut, I couldn't see what was going on. So I'm like, of course, if I could just snap my fingers and have perfect vision, I would choose to do that. And the laser eye surgery felt like one step beyond that. I'm like, I could pay for a few $1,000 and have perfect vision for the next however long. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then if I feel naked without the glasses, I'll still wear them.
And have your peripheral vision.
Yeah, peripheral vision is key too. But within a few weeks, I felt more normal without the glasses. And now I have these like blue light glasses and some empty lenses that I still can put on, but I don't necessarily feel the need to do that.
Yeah.
Like, does this feel weird to you guys, or does this feel about right, average, normal?
I can tell they're blue light. And maybe that's just because I know you have perfect vision, but it's also like
very reflective.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that has made me consider like even getting contacts, I don't even wear contacts, is going on roller coasters. Like
Interesting. Yeah, you have to hold on to your glasses.
Yeah, you have to like hold on to your glass. Jesus. Can I finish, or
I was excited
on?
For you.
No, you weren't. You cut her off.
Welcome to For Comparisons, Jake. You guys know
we couldn't hear that. There's no way we could hear that. It was deafening. And then you were sort of yelling over it. Peaked absolute nonsense.
You guys know the old adage, like, for comparison's sake?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is For Comparison's Jake. Have you guys ever played For Comparison's Sake?
No.
No.
All right. So For Comparison's Sake is where, like, I would be like, oh, what if Marika was sort of like Mussolini? And then we talk about whether or not she is. This is For Comparison's Jake. So it's the same game. Basically, we can all like lob up some names of celebrities or public figures, and we say how maybe rate on a scale of 1 to 10 how similar Jake is to that person. Does that make sense?
Not really.
Let's do a practice round.
The rules make sense. It doesn't make sense why we're playing it, but
okay. Well,
go ahead.
Doesn't matter why. Here we go.
Right.
Howard Stern.
What? What are the options?
No options. Let's just fucking talk about it. Like, is Jake similar to him at all? I would say, yeah, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Why would you say yeah?
Because they're both hosts.
That's your qualifier.
Didn't Howard Stern used to make people ride a Sibian?
Yeah, he did. And I never did that.
You never introduced toys into the bedroom? I feel like you're sexually adventurous.
This is way too intimate. You're trying to compare fucking Stern's Sibian machine to my personal sex
Oh,
life.
come on, you're not Brad Pitt. You can talk about this shit.
Oh, yeah. Fornication is akin to fucking LASIK for you, right?
That's how sharp I am down there. It's the same shit.
Jake, have you ever experimented with prostate play? Let's at least answer that.
Move on to the next celebrity.
At least, if you don't want to touch the toys, we should at the very least know if you've ever had your glands expressed.
All right. What about Piers Morgan?
What about him?
For comparisons, Jake, is he like Jake at all? I do 9 out of 10 here.
Why?
I mean, you don't have the problematic takes that he does, but you are a host.
And so it seems like host is most of your answer.
Yeah.
Because that gets you to 9/10. And then there's just one other one, which is if we have a weird kink in common or something, right?
All right. Very good. We can all participate, by the way. I don't know why I'm always
okay, cool. Yeah. So it's 9 out of 10. And then me and Piers both like to get a Blumpkin. So yeah, that's a 10 out of 10. It's perfect.
What about Oprah?
I might have to do 10 out of 10 on that one because they're both hosts for one.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both extroverts.
I don't think I'm an extrovert.
Damn, Daniel.
Yeah, it's still funny.
What about Christian Bale?
I'm gonna go like Jake.
Really?
Only solely for the hair right now. You both have the Christian Bale hair that I imagine is similar to.
We have similar body, like his body in American Psycho is like basically what I look like.
Really, it's thick.
That's interesting.
That one's like super thick, beefy, and cut.
That's like the one where he's like, my body's perfect.
Yeah,
and I'm a
he's-
perfect specimen.
He's beefy and
So-
shredded in that.
Right. I've heard people online say that I have a body exactly like Christian Bale.
Who said that?
Yeah,
no
where?
way.
So.
Where are people saying that?
Just like different forums and Twitter.
Different form.
Show us one that said that you have the body like Christian Bale in American Psycho, which, by the way, is like peak physical condition.
Yeah.
And I'm not like vain. I don't like save that.
You're vain because you brought it
Google
up. Also, yeah, I just looked it
Okay.
up. No, they said you look like Christian Bale in The Machinist, the one where he lost like 1,000 pounds.
He's like emaciated
Yeah.
from the waist up, but kind of like you can tell that you're doughy from the waist down. Like you have the legs of a doughy man and the upper body of a scrawny. Is that Jake or Christian Bale?
This one is actually Bale, but I can see where you can make the mistake, just especially like the stance.
Okay, I really hate to see that. I really hate to see
Yeah, I'm gonna go not again. Well, the only person in the Zoom that kind of reminds me of Christian Bale is Amir, just in terms of like blowing up at work colleagues.
Right. Christian Bale like
Right.
pushed his mom one time at a premiere, I think.
There was actually, because the thing is, Amir, and this is where I do think you need to take a little bit of responsibility, is there was a time, the old Headgum office was a loading dock, and the way you would get into the office, unless you want to go through the building, was up this stair set, this little ladder with like 3 steps. And there were a couple of times where like we'd be coming back from getting coffee or lunch with everybody, and I'd be right behind you. And it would feel like you would get to the top and almost push me down as I was getting to the top off the ladder. But I was like, oh no, like he would never do that like to me. But you know, now I'm just replaying history, revising it to my own consciousness, and I have to think that there was some intention behind it.
I mean, it's unclear if you're saying that he literally did push you down the stairs or if you just thought that he was going to.
No, I shoved him a few times.
Yeah.
Right.
There were a couple times too where like I would like think that you were further ahead of me than you were because I would be looking down at my phone, and so I would like step onto the ladder as you were also on the ladder, right? And my face would just kind of go straight into your ass. It was kind of like
that's why I would kick you. I would
Right.
kick you with the back of my heel,
And I
sort of
can't even
shove you.
report that to HR because it was like an honest mistake on both parties' sides.
Yeah.
At a certain point, sure, I got off on it, but yeah.
Oh god.
What?
All right, what about Mickey Dale?
Who is that?
He was in the UK indie rock band Embrace.
Who are they?
They were a rock band in England, man. And I think
When?
he's not like you. Because you know what? You're not British.
So don't bring him up.
And you don't play an instrument other than guitar.
Right.
What did he
He was
play?
in a
He
rock
played,
band.
he played electric guitar.
Yeah.
I played electric guitar.
Also, you said that Jake is like Piers Morgan, who's British.
By the way, Mickey Dale, I'm looking him up. He does kind of look like Jake. So the one person who like, it seems like you backed your way into it. And then you said he doesn't remind you of Jake at all.
That's true.
What is?
What about Saxton Hale?
Who are these people? Conservative talk show hosts and British museums.
He's a character in Team Fortress 2.
Saxton Hill, he's a cowboy that it looks like he's a fucking... what is this?
This is a multiplayer game
what is
from the
this?
mid-aughts. And I think that he does remind me a little bit of you because he's kind of a nature boy, dude.
Saxton Hale is a daring Australian president and CEO of Man Co. and the star of many comics. He is considered the 4th richest man in America.
Might as well say the CEO of Brother Sister Beard Oil, whatever you do.
Thanks, man.
What about Job Mail? Job Mail was the first mayor of Plainview, New Jersey. So I'm going to have to go similar to Jake because Jake is from CT, which is sort of like NJ.
Wait, you said similar. The game was 1 to 10. And now you've just shifted the rules to just
8,
like one vague 8, really?
Yeah, 8 for Mail.
Because he was mayor of New Jersey and I'm from Connecticut.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because like I could
So that's
imagine
8.
him, there's got to be like a Toad's Place in Plainview.
There's not. There's only one Toads.
Yeah, there's only one Toad's Place.
I think it's like that's like their slogan.
Yeah, that's true. Kirkpatrick Sale.
Yeah, so it is the same
So
shit.
he was an anti-globalization leftist. And I have to think that it's similar to Jake. William Vale.
The hotel.
Sure. I gotta say similar because you don't live too far.
It's similar to Jake. 10 out of 10. He loves the Vale.
I do love the Veil. The Veil calls to me. I am the Veil, and the Veil is me.
Amir, I have to ask.
No,
Zona
you don't
Gale.
have to ask. What?
Zona Gale, author of such pivotal works as Heart's Kindred.
Didn't this come up recently? You bring her up a
every
lot.
fucking
We have to
episode.
move on.
God.
Stop.
Amir's covering his camera, not the screen.
Welcome to Founder or Mike.
All right.
Have you guys ever played Founder or Mike?
No.
All right.
You stripped. You stripped during that.
All right. This game you guys are going to like. I modeled this one after Jesse or Paul. Amir, you actually missed one of our favorite games so far, which was Jesse or Paul McCartney edition, where I would say a quote and they had to attribute it to which McCartney, Jesse or Paul. This is Founder or Mike. And so it's McDonald's edition. Basically, I'm going to say a quote, and you guys have to attribute it to either the founder himself, Ray Kroc, the guy who worked with the McDonald's brothers to globalize.
Steal their restaurant?
Yeah, to steal the restaurant, take it on the road in a way, which is musical, which is why it relates to Michael McDonald. Frontman of the Doobie Brothers, background singer for Steely Dan, solo artist, etc. He's
There
the
it
one
is.
that's like, it came from somewhere back in a long... That one?
Yeah, for sure.
She had a
Just fucking say, let's go. We're not interrupting you. We're not fucking getting into the way. Just start the game. You will not.
Founder or Mike. When I get in a bad mood about anything, I realize, hey, I'm still working. It could be a lot worse.
Michael McDonald.
Yeah, Michael McDonald.
That's correct. I also should have said that every right answer is $10 to you. Every wrong answer is $10 owed to me. So that's $10 to Jake and Marika. Here we go. There are things...
Wait, so founder or Mike? What's the connection? Because it's Ray Kroc or Mike McDonald? Because it's McDonald.
The founder of McDonald's or Michael McDonald?
This is such an insane reach. How did you get to the end of the idea well? All right, go on.
There are things money can't buy and hard work can't win. One of them is happiness.
Ray Kroc,
Yeah.
founder.
That's correct. That's $20 to Marika, $20 to Jake. I guess Amir is a sensible gambler because he hasn't even tried. All right. Creativity is the highfalutin word for the work I just have to do between now and Tuesday.
Michael McDonald.
That's you're at $10 now because that was the
Kroc.
founder. Yeah, that's actually absolutely correct, Jake. So here we go.
There you go.
$30 to Jake, $10 to Marika.
Unreal.
Amir's breaking even. Here we go. I don't know that we ever overcome doubt. We just have to remember that it's more likely a poodle in the bushes, not a and not a grizzly bear.
Kroc.
Michael McDonald.
So that's wrong to Jake, correct to Marika. Amir again hasn't even tried. We're looking at $20 each, $0 for Amir. Here we go. The procurement element of the...
How many are there?
What's that?
How many are we going through right here? Do you
We're
have
about
like
halfway through.
one more? Halfway. So about 5 more?
4.
Nice.
The procurement element of the scorecard will, in effect, promote the support of manufacturing in South Africa.
Croc.
That's Michael McDonald, the singer.
Wow.
Talking about what?
He was talking about voting rights and access and racism. This is kind of funny. It's ironic at this point. The 2 most important requirements for
Speak up a little bit. I can't hear.
Yeah, sorry.
I can't play founder mic if I can't hear the quote.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's ironic at this point because like this has become a major failure.
Is this the quote?
Nope.
Founder. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought, let's just play the game.
The 2 most important requirements for major success are first being in the right place at the right time and second doing something about it. And then that's ironic because I'm like a failure at this point.
It's got to be Croc.
That's correct. It's the founder, Croc.
Nice.
Yeah, here you go. We love you, Little Rock.
Michael McDonald.
That's true. All right, $30.
It's 40.
As long as
40 at this point.
40 at this point. All right, as long as you're green, you're growing. As soon as you're ripe, you start to rot.
Croc.
50
each.
Nice. It's a fun game.
Nice. Nice. We lost.
Plugs.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter, Blumenfeld, and then Marika Elon. It's Marika on Twitter. Weekend plans? I might watch Bad Trip.
I heard it's good.
I heard it's really
Yeah, me
funny.
too.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited, actually. For the first time in a while, I'm like,
You're gleeful.
Pumped.
You're positively giddy right now.
I'm glowing.
Amir, you and Ash ever need a third? I'm your guy. You know
Chris.
that. Jake and you and Jill ever need a third? I'm your guy.
Don't
You know that. Marika,
do
we can
that.
try and figure something out in terms of
No.
like your roommate, me.
No.
For sure.